wake up in the morning, I see nothing for miles and miles and miles.
Good morning, Arizona. It is our 3TV Field Trip Friday, and we're so fortunate and happy to be coming to you live from Lake Powell this morning. And I know a lot of you come up here during the summer months. We decided to come up a little bit early. We wanted to see just how chilly it gets up here, and we're finding out. But the sun is up. It's absolutely gorgeous. We're on top of a 75-foot houseboat, and we wanted to talk about safety out on the lake because that is so important. Because as we know, in the summertime, there's so many boats up here. Billy Schott is the supervisor with National Park Service. Your friends were supposed to come over here. I think they're having a hot coffee at the marina. Is that right?
Yeah, they're on their way, but they're going to be too late.
Is anybody going to lose a job over this? Missing a TV spot?
We'll have to talk about it offline.
Let's talk about safety. That is a serious issue. You get so many boats out here in the summertime. So what are some of the things that people need to be reminded about?
Well, what I like to remind folks is come out here, have a great time.
Of course.
We have millions of visitors. No one ever expects to come here and then not leave with one of their family members.
Right.
I don't want to be a lead balloon for this discussion, but when you see it happen, it'll break your heart. We had 4 drownings last year.
Yeah.
Every one of them could have been preventable by doing one thing. What do you think it was?
Life preserver?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all we had to do. All ages are susceptible to it. And I'd really love to get that message out. So thanks for the opportunity to do that.
You don't, if you're an adult, you don't have to wear it, but you have to have it on board, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
The kids have to wear them.
And if you have kids on the houseboat or any sort of boat, I really recommend that you have them in a life preserver at all times.
That's a good idea because sometimes, as we know, the storms churn in the summertime and the waves get pretty big up here, so it can be rough.
It takes 1 second.
Yes, exactly.
Take your eye off your kids for 1 second.
The other thing we wanted to talk about cliff diving. There's so many cliffs and rocks up here, and it looks fun to jump off them, but it's not a good idea.
Yeah, you know, as we were talking, I don't know actually how people do that. They can jump off the cliffs. It's terrifying to me, but fortunately, we had one fatality from a cliff jumper last year. I think word is getting out that it's not the wise thing to do, even if the water's deep enough to jump into.
Right.
Hitting the water.
It's like you're hitting concrete.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Unless you're one of the Acapulco cliff divers. Of course, you want to hydrate. You want to have a designated driver always.
Yep.
And then the other thing we want to remind people: drones. You can't have drones here in the national park. Right?
No, it's a National Park Service rule law. So if you want to fly a drone, please take off and land it outside of the park.
They're your friends. I don't know where they're going, but
they're
a day late and a dollar short, as they say. Hey, talk about this. You've got some great youth programs, Bridging the Gap. It's all having to do with Rainbow Bridge. Tell us about that.
We've got some great programs here in the park, and Bridging the Gap is one of my favorite. We've got a lot of youth in our community of Page, but also the entire area of the Colorado Plateau that have never been up there. And it's also has some deep cultural roots with the Native Americans here. So we are taking every youth out of our local school areas in the entire region, and we're doing school programs in the classroom with the kids, but then we're also doing a field trip. And I want to put a plug in. We couldn't do that without our partner of Aramark. We use their tour boats to bring the kids up there. I went up there with them last year, and it was just phenomenal to see that in their eyes, for the first time seeing that arch, it's beautiful.
It doesn't matter how young or old you are. The first time you see that, you're like, whoa, look at that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. Billy, thank you so much. We appreciate more Field Trip Friday from Lake Powell right here on 3TV.